Yo, 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 yo. What it is, what it is. See, I'm rapping the squad today. So you already know what time it is. You already know it's showtime. You know? You did. So make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, become a member. Got some more personal videos on a membership if you want to get to know a little bit about, you know, my lifestyle, what I've been through, friends of mine, what they've been through, real, stories. Not a game. But today, y'all, I had a long talk to myself today, right? I'm sitting back and I'm evaluating this Diddy situation. I'm like, yo, Porters, we is bad. So look, right? I'm evaluating this Diddy situation, right? I'm like, yo, I really don't like this shit that's going on, yo. Like I really don't. Like it really bothers me. What's up, Michael? So it's like I'm weighing between the real victims and versus what I know going on. And it's like, yo, I'm not feeling that shit, yo. Because I believe, yo, this still like, yo, if he was able to pull that move off, yo, that would have opened up so many doors, yo. Ball out. That would have opened up so many doors, yo. And it's just like, anytime, yo, we try to go above and beyond, I guess, the rules that's set in place, man, these motherfuckers always come down with some bullshit. And I ain't really feeling it, y'all, because y'all know I'm an outlaw. You feel me? Y'all know I'm a renegade. So I'm all for standing on shit. You feel me? Like, yo, for real, like, yo, sometimes you gotta take a stand, yo. And I think I'm taking a stand, yo. Like, yo, we rocking out. Fuck it. You feel me? Because I don't believe it. I don't believe it, yo. And this is not to go against, people that really was victims. Yo, but all this piling on and yo, for one, how do you turn a case that was civil, criminal? What was the point? Key, what it is? What is the point of paying the lawsuit if you then go and turn back and make it criminal? I think, yo, and this is probably where he messed up at. He should have had rules in place. But I don't even know if you can do that. Can you have rules in place? Oh my God. Well, check it out. Can you have rules in place for a civil lawsuit like that say criminal charges can't be filed? I probably doubt it because it's not up to the plaintiff to decide that. I just think it's a bunch of bullshit, yo. And Diddy, PNR, what it is, and Diddy putting together a new law team, for his bail defense. The lawyer that we seen yesterday, he came out, he did an interview with Long Crime Network. We're gonna check that out. Then we got Bankroll Freddie, y'all. So I covered Bankroll Freddie's situation. Yo, that was a heavy indictment. Like that was a real federal indictment. Like I don't know that YSL shit. I don't even know if that's real at this point. But what Bankroll Freddie got himself into, yeah. I don't know if I think he might still be a part of it. I think he just might have added more lawyers to the equation, like how OJ did with Shapiro and Cochran and that type of situation. But yo, are y'all familiar with Bankroll Freddie case? Yo, the feds was basically alleging that Bankroll Freddie whole family sell drugs. Like it was a family hustle. This nigga's sister got locked up, his father. I ain't sure if his mother got locked up. Man, Bankroll Freddie been locked up for about 3 years now. He copped out. But he won, he beat the most major charges. But today, he's supposed to get sentenced tomorrow. So we'll have more information on that tomorrow. I'll probably do an upload on that. But today, the prosecutors, filled out I guess gave a motion to the court asking for this man to get 15 years immediately. Like I don't know what happened. I don't know if he got caught trying to smuggle cell phone. I don't know what happened, yo, but they highly upset with him. Then we got Ralo. Goddamn Ralo. The biggest clown on the internet right now. Hold on, y'all. Let me take some of these things down. I've been having mad pages open. God damn. Yeah, but Ralo, y'all seen the other day we covered him and Boosie. You know, he been going at Boosie for a while. It's almost not even fair to say him and Boosie because it really ain't Boosie. It's really just Ralo goofy ass chasing clout. And he don't even understand why what he's doing is considered chasing clout. He think he's showing love. What Ralo doing is the same thing that Turk did and why BG stopped fucking with Turk. Same thing. Like it's all this free BG or rest in peace Dolph. Yo, but what you doing for Dolph family? You understand? And it's like, yo, Dolph got people that's way closer to him that ain't doing that. So it's like, yo, what's your purpose? Dolph got Key. Yo, you don't hear Key Glock say rest in peace Dolph as much as Ralo does. And that's his motherfucking cousin or some shit like that. Yeah, I fuck with Kenny Money. I like Jay Fizzle too. And that's what I'm saying. You got real PRE artists that ain't screaming rest in peace Dolph like that. But then you got Ralo who trying to convince the world that damn near him and Dolph was fucking best friends. And I don't even think that's what it was. I think Dolph probably looked at him as a young nigga. You know, he probably respected what he was doing. But I don't even think at this point he would even like this Ralo. Like this Ralo wants some goofy shit. But anyway, one of the PRE members decided to speak out. So let's get rolling. Let's get rolling. And Ralo actually responded as well. Ralo actually responded. Slow grind, what it is. A man recalls being. Look at this, y'all. See, this is the shit I be talking about. Look at this, y'all. A man recalls being present at a Diddy white party. He was 6 years old. Said there was open use of drugs and naked women everywhere. Hey, yo, get the fuck out of here, yo. Hey, yo. Get the fuck my black mouth just go at? Fuck, the bitch just found. What up, y'all? Nigga 6 years old, he remember it all, huh? Let's read this real quick before we get the Ralo goofy ass. Justin Levasky said he ended up at a Diddy party back in 1999 in the Hamptons due to his well-connected parents. Who his parents is? They assumed it would be more of a family-friendly barbecue. They were wrong. He recalled drugs, bottles, and naked women being present. I remember a lot of weed and a bunch of topless women in the pool and around the pool. I actually wanted to get in. Anytime we went anywhere with a pool, I wanted to swim, he told the New York Post. I didn't know if it were a good thing or a bad thing, but I just hopped in. But I hopped in. I hoped to jump in. His mom, Maya, whatever her last name is, remembers not giving him permission to get in the pool, as she felt it was possibly inappropriate. There were bottles everywhere and naked women. I wasn't sure if it was appropriate or normal. A grown woman, not sure if it was appropriate or normal. A grown woman, y'all. The fuck, you don't deserve to be a mother, sweetheart. What the fuck I meant? There were bottles everywhere and naked women. I wasn't sure it was appropriate. I wondered about how kids were allowed into the party to begin with. Justin says he does remember seeing one another child. Doesn't remember seeing one another child. They must be Russian. There, but it was the presence of major celebrities like Lil Kim, Tyson Bedford, Jay-Z. He remember all these people. And more about his dad was also a celebrity, a photographer that also snapped pics of him with the likes of Patti LaBelle, Magic Johnson, etc. The family admits that they didn't see anything crazy happen at the party, but with all the charges against Diddy, they couldn't help but to dread up the memory. Man, get the fuck out of here, yo. This shit is fucking pointless. They could have, Like, yo, who's reaching out to these people? Did they reach out to New York Times to tell them this story? Or did New York Times try to track them down? Yo, we gotta find a 6-year-old that was at the party. You know, he can give us a detailed explanation of, you know, back in '99 what he's saying. Like, that's why I don't be, you know, I don't really be with this shit. But let me say something else too. Remember, y'all, yesterday we talked about Finesse 2 times and this situation with the baby mother. Well, Finesse 2 times actually spoke. Let's get to him first.
I don't want to talk about it no more. Just leave it where it's at. She like, I want to know for sure. I want to I shoot up there and get the test. I shoot up there and handle the business. So the whole time, but I'm mad because I'm telling her, like, look, just leave it alone, shawty. Like,
hey, he was saying everything, bro.
If the baby ain't related to my mama, if that's my real mama, if that's my real deal mama, this is my real deal mama, why would the baby not be related to my mama? This is my real mama. How the baby ain't related? So you want me to go down there and take another test for them to tell me that I ain't the dad, the baby ain't related to me? That's what you still want me to do. Like, you already stabbed and now you ready to go on, push it in, kill a nigga, right? I told you go down here, I ain't posting nothing, I ain't did nothing. You make me go down here and you do this shit for no reason. And when you know what's going on,
so I ain't what it do.
I'm gonna turn up on you. I'm gonna turn up on you on social media. What's crazy is I'm telling her, I'm like, I don't need this for my look right now. I tell her I don't want to talk about it.
Yo, I would keep it real. Man, what the fuck did he expect? That's all that fake pimp shit he be trying to preach. That ain't pimping, my nigga. That is not pimping. One of your motherfucking hoes, one of your hoes got away from the stable, man. It's out there freaking off. Now she explained it. And this is what she had to say. Hold on. Where the fuck that bitch? Where the fuck shorty at? This is it.
On social media that I laid up and done. A lot of people just was like, you know, it's not nobody's business, you know. But to me, I honestly feel like it kind of is because, you know, in the public,
yeah, definitely.
My baby was his baby. You know what I'm saying? Like,
hit that like button, y'all. We ready to rock. If you here for Diddy, stick around. We gonna get busy. I proclaim my support, standing on it.
A lot of people just was like, you know, it's not nobody's business.
She said more than that. That ain't the one.
A lot of people just was like, you know, it's not nobody's business. A good 2 weeks or something like that before we got back together. But in that time, I was doing my own thing. I was single. You know, I was doing my own thing with an ex of mine. So that's why I say in the messages that they kept
that's crazy though. 2
on
weeks.
All social media. That's what I meant when I said I didn't know, because I didn't know. I know what I did with that person, and I knew that in my mind. I'm like, okay, so this is my nigga baby, like this, you know, this Rick baby. I'm not down that in my mind because I know what happened with, you know, the other person I was dealing with. That's what I meant when I said I didn't know.
Yo, she saying 2 weeks.
Thinking that this wasn't your baby.
She said they broke up for 2 weeks. And she linked up with an ex. So basically, shorty, yo was already around. You know what I mean? Like, yo, he be online talking all this pimping. And shorty got a whole ex waiting in the cut. He in the cut with the chopper waiting. You know what I mean? Soon as they get the beef and he right there. Come on, Ricky Hampton. What going on, Slick?
Like, she wasn't yours. I didn't do all that stuff. I understand why they was angry. Don't get me wrong. Like, I call me about anything else, any and everybody else, but you couldn't tell me, you know, y'all felt some type of way, or, you know,
whole thing, like, I just don't swat my baby. Like, we could have had a conversation. You could have came to me and said something. I don't know. That's
So the mother's the one that swabbed the baby.
That shit just not. I ain't like that. Somebody said, "What about be funny when he said that?" Or hurt my feelings. Be funny when he said that.
Yeah, the mother swabbed the baby. They go to test. That's fucked up though, yo. But I ain't got no remorse for that nigga. I don't like how he treating Kane. I think he can become a better parent. Yo, but this is oh yeah, the Ralo situation. So yesterday, Ralo goofy ass. That nigga's a fucking goofy. God damn. The fuck happened to yo, man? I had respect for Shorty at one point. I'm mad at myself. Yeah, so yesterday, this what happened. Boosie should have at least let Dog family grieve from the trial before he did some lame ass shit. I don't care what nobody say.
You know, like a nigga ain't finished the game since, hey, I see the nigga come up. I swear, like, I see the nigga come up. How you doing? Good, I appreciate you too. Every time, man. Every time I need that Boosie, man. Yeah. You know, I need you.
Yeah, straight up. Look at God. Once you pay me, I'm there. These niggas don't do shit for free. I get it. Depending on their relationship. All right, now, since that, Ralo came out and said, what the fuck that boy say? All right, he said this. Once he got all the backlash.
Boosie, no, you should have let that man family grieve.
Once he got the backlash, he came out and he had some more shit to say. Fuck that boy say, man. I must only have got it. Fuck him. But a PRE artist felt some type of way. Motherfucking Kenny Money. Kenny Money say this. All that playing clickbait or whatever y'all call it, that shit in the name of my nigga, it only gonna last long. It ain't gonna last long. My nigga, it only lasts so long, okay? It's real. Sweat and tears behind Dolph. Y'all want whatever it is y'all want, but y'all ain't trying to get no straightening about my nigga. Quit speaking on situation with them folks on the other side, cause it ain't a game. And if anybody know Young Dolph, he don't give a damn what nobody else doing or who fucking with who. Let my nigga rest. If you love Dolph, love him and hold his legacy. But quit speaking on beef. Quit speaking on street shit unless you on dirt, cause we the ones that's what he say? We the ones that's gonna face it later. And he tagged Ralo and he tagged DJ Academics. I lost respect for y'all. I think a lot of people lost respect for Ralo. I lost plenty of respect for y'all too. I know a play when I see him. I don't blame him. I've been saying this shit for the longest time, yo. Like, yo, Ralo is going outside. He looking bad. And like I said in the beginning of the video, it's a lot of guys that's closer to the Dolph than Ralo, and they ain't saying nothing. Like, yo, people done really died behind this shit. Dolph died behind this shit. So why is Ralo coming out the feds? No, he ain't trying to go to jail. The boy told he got locked up for bud and tried to get up out of it by any means necessary. So why is he coming home acting like he trying to catch a body? Or coming home, man, I don't care if you love them or not, but it's a lot of niggas love Dolph. A lot of niggas love them. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Key Glock ain't scream rest in peace Dolph as much as motherfucking Ralo did, man. Like, yo, fall back, bro. That's all I'm saying, fall back. It's niggas closer, it's guys closer to the situation than you, and you speaking on Dolph more than them. Understand what I'm saying? Yo, fall back, because at the end of the day, this shit real. This ain't internet. It ain't internet. So why are you bringing it to the internet? For the most part, Key Glock and all them guys that's close to PRE, they probably wanted to die off. you know, it's still bloodshed. This shit's still up. Like, it ain't over. Don't make it shit hot for real. Goofy ass nigga. So, after Kenny Money spoke, of course, you know, Ralo still got shit to say. Yeah, we gonna get to it, Al.
Tell me that. What the if I gained to say long live dog? Ain't not one human being on earth have paid me or gave me some kind of trophy for doing no shit like that. Niggas don't get paid to be real niggas around this I did for bro what I would want people to do for me. Cause I sat in that for all them many years and I want a nigga to say free.
He did to be legendary, man.
In fact, nigga, if you really want to check them up, math people, I lost. Nigga, every time I posted Young Dolph or some shit, nigga trolled me in the comments and said, man, fuck it. Stay out of Memphis business. Or goddamn Dolph is CMG. Nigga, CMG ain't never did shit to me. Nigga, I stood on business and said, people, for the love and the sake of Dolph, nigga, I ain't never been. Tell me that.
Yo, it sounded like they was giving some good advice. Listen to what they said. Listen to what they told him.
They say, long live dog. Ain't not one human being on earth have paid me or gave me some kind of
Let's see if we got the whole video.
For doing no shit like that. Niggas don't get paid to be real niggas around this I did for bro what I would want.
Yeah, we on the way to
for me. Cause I sat in that for all the many years and I want a nigga to say free me and keep me alive. In fact,
niggas don't fuck with you, shorty. Like,
really want to check.
It's obvious.
Math people, I lost. Nigga, every time I.
Man, fuck him. That boy talking nonsense. It looked like in the comments they was giving them some great advice, man. Like, keep that shit. Because at the end of the day, right? At the end of the day, what is Ralo gonna do? Like, you putting yourself in a situation that you probably not even prepared for. What is Ralo gonna do if he see your guy? He ready to go to war about it? Ralo ain't trying to go back to prison. You see what he did the last time he was in prison? You see what he did the last time he was in prison. He tried to bust a move. The move ain't worked. Then he tried to get the prosecutor kicked out the case because the prosecutor didn't give him a deal. So man, Ralo need to fall back, man. Play with your kids or something, yo, where it's safe. Like, them boys got real smoke, and he don't need to be a part of it. Then you got guys close to it that they wanted to die down. I mean, it's niggas talking about Rico's learning on whoever. People got, bodies dropped. Nobody went to prison. Like, yo, leave that shit alone, my nigga. Shit is not a game. Everything ain't for the internet. That's why you don't see them boys speaking on it on the internet. Because it's up in real life. It's up in real life, y'all. And Ralo is just adding more fuel to the fire that they trying to put out. But he's so fucking stupid because I think Ralo got like a 4th grade education. He don't even realize it. He talking about I ain't gained no clout. I ain't getting that's irrelevant, my nigga. They ain't what we talking about. You feel me? But P. Diddy, y'all. So earlier today, I seen a video. I don't know who this girl is, but she's standing 10 toes. And I'm thinking like, man, fuck that, yo. I'm tired of what's going on, man.
Y'all, and there was something that I forgot to mention the other day when I was talking about
the lady, what it is?
Diddy situation. Y'all already know how I feel. I feel like you bitches knew what the fuck y'all was getting yourselves into. Y'all had a ball. Y'all took pictures. Y'all posted. Y'all told your friends. Y'all felt like y'all was on top of the world. Y'all was going on vacations. And then,
I think so too.
For whatever reason, now you bitches want some money.
I think that's a lifetime deal.
Whether it be because he cut you off, whether it be because he's not hitting you up no more, whether it be because you feel like a goofy because you didn't get nothing out of it, whatever it be, it's lame as fuck what y'all are doing. But outside of that, you niggas, this is what I gotta say to you niggas. You niggas that are sitting around laughing, making jokes. Number one, Diddy is...
That's the same shit I was talking about the other day. The same shit I was talking about a couple days ago.
such a just kind person in general that he would have probably opened his home to you. Some of y'all have probably been at them freak offs, which really are parties. They're rich people parties. Okay, stop calling them freak offs, y'all. And there was something that I forgot to mention. They're rich people parties. If the feds and whatever else want to call them freak offs, that's on them. But at the end of the day, they're rich nigga parties. Rich white men do this shit all the time. Attorneys, doctors, real estate moguls, finance guys, brokers, all type of rich white men do this shit all the time. But because Diddy is black and of high status, of course, he's not allowed to do the same thing that rich white men do. He's not allowed to. We just was
talking about that shit last night.
Behavior, parties, lifestyle, etc. that rich white men do. It's fucking twisted. It's really fucking twisted, and it's sad. It's sad to watch someone who's a mogul for the black community, in the black community, who speaks very highly of the black community and tries to instill growth and excellence and black excellence and preaches it and preaches love, and he's getting shitted on.
Yo, why do y'all say that? I'm glad y'all here. Yo, what is a victim? Like, yo, why people can't admit the truth without being called a victim? Like, yo, is it any such thing as the truth anymore? Yo, Hugh Hefner did it for how many years? Hugh Hefner was probably doing worse shit than Diddy for how many years? No investigations, no rumblings of indictments, no nothing. He had a whole fucking mansion with women running around half naked. That man was 90 years old, still having sex with 18-year-olds and maybe younger. Nobody said nothing, though. Nobody said nothing. Like, yo, we don't do that over here, man. Well, we keep that shit all the way real, man. A whole bunny ranch. You feel me? We keep that shit real. Who knows? We'll never know. There never was an investigation started that we could find out about. We will never know. Maybe. And what is drugging people? Like, is drugging them, giving them drugs, and they taking it on their own free will? Or is drugging them, putting it in their drinks without them knowing, then, like, what is drugging people? Like, man, y'all be tripping. I'm glad y'all here. Y'all, I know a lot of y'all subscribed last night, yo. So y'all gonna finally get a real conversation on Keep It G News. Make sure y'all stick around, man. Y'all gonna love it. Cause you ain't never seen nothing like this before.
Rich people parties. If the feds and whatever else want to call them freak offs, that's on them. But at the end of the day, they're rich nigga parties. Rich white men do this shit all the time. Attorneys, doctors, real estate moguls, finance guys.
I know exactly what they mean.
Brokers, all type of rich white men do this shit all the time. But because Diddy is...
I know exactly what they mean. In the indictment, well, in the lawsuits that ain't been filed, probably won't ever get filed. It just was a fucking show. But in the lawsuits, and we're going to hear from that lawyer in a little bit. But in the lawsuits that just got filed, just got talked about yesterday, the man said that Diddy told this woman that if you don't drink this, you got to leave. She drank it anyway. Who the fuck fault is that? He gave her an option. You drink this, you got to leave. Gave her an option. She chose to drink it. So is that drugging? Was she drugged? Or did she take that knowing that it was a possibility it was something in this motherfucking drink? Then why she drank it? He gave her an option. The option, everybody knew it was something in the drinks. That was the play. That might have been the theme of the party. The theme of the party is we're gonna put something in the drinks and we're gonna party like rock stars. What's up? Who coming? If you ain't drinking, you gotta roll. What if that was the theme of the party that night? Who knows? I'd have left. She chose to drink it. Come on, y'all. We gotta keep that shit real, man. It could have been. Who knows? Trump head could have been in the motherfucking drinks with all the chemicals he used. Hey, may have gave him a buzz. Who the fuck knows? I'm just saying that everybody not a motherfucking victim, man. And y'all, and people throw that word around too loosely. But whenever black people get to talk about things that we have done or things that we have endured from the hands of this government, they say, "Oh, y'all, you playing a victim." The fuck is you talking about? No, we being real. You can be real, man. Like, man, y'all, come on, y'all. I told y'all this different. He could have been. Who knows? A lot of people probably was there.
Black and of high status, of course, shit on by not only the feds and the people filing lawsuits, but his people, his community. And it's like, y'all are making a mockery of it. And
No, I ain't okay what he did. I'm looking at the bigger picture. The bigger picture is it ain't about what he did. They don't give a fuck about what he did. Like I said, this is my moniker with Diddy. Justice delayed is justice denied. Justice delayed is justice denied. They didn't give a fuck about what he did 30 years ago, which means they don't give a fuck now. Why now? Why now? We know why now. So this ain't about them. That's what they're trying to present to the people, because they're trying to gain sympathy. They're trying to make them look bad, so they presenting to the people that, no, this ain't about no goddamn victims. Because if they was really victims, they knew about it, and some of these people supposed to file police reports. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. So what are we dealing with here? What are we dealing with here? It's about business. It's about business that turned personal. And they using Diddy history of partying against them. Now, I ain't saying everybody ain't no motherfucking... It sure is some victims. I'm sure it is. He did some fucked up things. We seen some of the things he did. But to be facing life in prison for it? Hell no. I ain't standing for that. That's not on Keep It G News. He don't deserve no life in prison. He don't deserve no life in prison. He don't even deserve to have that shit looming over his head. Come on, y'all. I'm glad y'all here, man. Y'all gonna learn a lot over here. This is probably the realest channel ran by a black man y'all ever was a part of.
see it. I see y'all's posts. And some of y'all are black men of high status, really sexually assaulting girls and really having to spike women's drinks.
That's what
and
he facing.
Them and make them do drugs.
Diddy facing life in prison.
Some of y'all are really having to do that shit. Diddy's not. Like, he's fucked with the baddest bitches. Why do you think that he needs to spike your drink to fuck him? Or make you do drugs to fuck him? Bitch, you willingly took them drugs. You wanted to vibe and be a part.
Yo, what's going on right now?
And get invited to the next.
What's going on right now, y'all? Allegedly, is that they got them tapes. They reaching out to people. They hiring investigators or using their own investigators, and they reaching out to people, turning them over so they can be a part of this fucking lawsuit, so they can be a part of the down in the Diddy. That's what's going on, man. It's obvious. It's obvious. Y'all can't see that? Now you got all these. Now Diddy fucked up. He kept the tapes for whatever reason. I don't know. You know, people like that, they do shit. They do things like that. I don't know. It could have been leverage. Could have been his sexual fantasies. Could have been gratification. Who the fuck knows? But what's going on right now is they got the tapes and they reaching out to people. They leaking them, allegedly. This would look like to me. Tied to my opinion. They leaking them. And now you got all these people that more than likely, a lot of them, most of them, probably 95% of them, willingly participated. But since they don't want to get exposed, I'm a victim. I'm a victim. Man, I ain't no goddamn motherfucking victim. You knew what you was involved in. Then I ran across this video right here. And I wanted to find the whole interview. It's all right. They're going to see it before it's all said and done. As long as they stick around, they're going to have to see it. I ran across this video right here. Where the fuck is it at? Oh no, look. So look at this. So remember the other day, right? When I was talking about how, like, where's all these celebrities? Where Diddy in the circle? Where's friends? Where's Jay-Z? Why is all these guys silent? No, yo. No, you talking about 9 years old with a parent there. You talking about 9 years old with a parent there. We don't even know if that's true or not. But I ain't let my 9-year-old go nowhere with a grown ass motherfucking man. That who name already dirty. Who name already dirty. I'm not letting my 9-year-old child go nowhere. Just last night, we did a fucking 4-hour live. Just last night, I was reading y'all the R. Kelly situation and how one of the parents was forcing her child on R. Kelly. Even told her child to lie about the age. Told her child to look young. Look young. You like him young. You look too old. You're not listening. Sit on his lap. Grind on him. Man, these people, some of these people were looking for fame at all costs. At all costs. And even if they had to sacrifice their motherfucking children to do it. That's what was going on, man. That's what it looked like to me. But I was talking about, man, he not life in prison guilty. He not life in prison guilty. Diddy is facing life in prison, y'all. Life. Maybe 5 years guilty. 7. He did some fucked up shit. But life in prison? Man, that shouldn't even be no option. But I was talking about how a lot of these guys that, that was around Diddy in his circle ain't saying nothing. And I run across a video with Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart was asked about Diddy. Look what Kevin Hart said.
Hey, Kevin, when you hosted for Diddy, did you catch any baby oil?
Kevin, come here. Can you go get some girls? So give me in the mirror some girls. Let's get some girls up here, please. First and foremost, I'm not getting in the bag. You asked the wrong person the wrong question. That's all your question.
Look at these.
Pause. Don't acknowledge it. Nothing to do with being puff right now.
Kevin Hart, like many, distancing himself from Diddy after the mogul's arrest and federal indictment.
Do you think he's safe in jail?
The reason Kevin is getting questioned is because of this newly rediscovered footage of him hosting a Diddy hotel party back in 2010.
I'm not jumping to myself.
That's a long ass question, Cotton. You gotta shorten that motherfucker, son.
That is one bikini-clad woman's hair catching on fire in the hot tub. None of the celeb guests at this party have been accused of any wrongdoing.
That's my brother right here from day one.
Act bad.
Hey, Kevin, when you hosted for Diddy, did you catch any baby oil?
Kevin, come here. Can you go get some girls? So give me
I ain't hosted for Diddy. Come on, Kevin. Type shit you on, man. Like, I don't respect this, man. I don't respect the fact that a lot of these people was at them fucking parties and they is fucking mute silent. Ain't saying nothing. Where that video I was looking at go, man? It was a video of Diddy talking. And I do not have it no more. I just was looking at this shit. I did the fucking video. That's strange. I must have took the video down or something. That's crazy, y'all. But look, the Breakfast Club, listen to what the Breakfast Club had to say. Then we're going to go to court.
I've never heard Wendy accused Diddy of committing crimes. She just always accused him of being gay. Freaky. No, gay. Well, gay and freaky.
Yeah, that's
freaky
right.
Gay.
She said freaky, but
freaky gay.
Yeah, freaky.
But here's the thing about Diddy's situation,
Cash?
right? It don't need any more sauce on it. Like, it needs zero seasoning. He's pretty cooked either way. But it is, you mean to tell me a lawyer found 120 people, exactly 60 men and 60 women?
Oh, it was more. They cut it down to that number.
Same shit I was saying.
Exactly 60 men and 60
That's
women.
the same thing I was saying. It don't make sense. It was the 60 men and 60 women. And guess how many of them? 60-something% black. So that was a way of, oh shit, all Diddy victims is black. Turn the black community against them. Like, yo, you gotta, yo, everything, pay attention to what's really going on, y'all. Yeah, yo, but I don't rock with that. Stand on something, yo. That's what's wrong with the black community. That's why nobody respects the black community. Because nobody's willing to stand on nothing. Everybody, yo, it was a time, yo, back in the 60s and the 50s, yo, where people was willing to lose everything. In order to push the conversation forward, in order to push the culture forward, people was willing to lose everything. Not no more. People ain't willing to lose nothing. Not an endorsement, not a dollar, not a fucking shoestring. That's why we weak.
Like, come on now. Come on. And then when you create things, when you say 1-800 Diddy Rate Me hotline, how do you expect humans to operate in good faith with something like that? Like, how can you go through those calls and pick who's credible?
Talking about 20 years ago, I was in a club and he did it. Like, it's.
I don't even. I'm just saying, how do you know that these people are making accusations in good faith? Like, you think that you put a hotline out in this era to the World Wide Web?
Oh, yeah. I get it, Wisdom.
When you accuse Diddy of committing crimes, you just always accuse him of being gay. Freaky.
Oh, my bad. Let me keep it going.
Freaky. Yeah, that's freaky.
Hit that like button, y'all. Only got 28 likes.
Millions of people calling. You think people ain't playing? Because you have to understand how do you go through those things and pick
what who's credible? What the fuck you mean they being slaughtered in South
Africa?
Africa?
For the person that vets the diddler hotline. Like that, honestly, outside of the attorneys, they have to have help. That do it's like I don't know. What are the perimeters?
The stories that's gonna hit the press, the stories that people are gonna talk about. That's 9 times out of 10 what they're gonna take.
Yeah, it's just things like that which make it feels like it makes it. No, it does. It makes our judicial system a joke, and it ruins the validity of folks with real accusations.
Exactly. And granted, again, these things have not been filed, so we got to wait to see what may be real, what may not be real. But it does. I wouldn't go if I was a if I was a victim, I wouldn't be a part of this like major lawsuit. It just looks.
I'm not calling a hotline.
Yeah,
but
at all.
The problem is if you are a victim, a lot of times you can't afford to hire an attorney. So usually an attorney like this will do it for free. We'll do it on the strength of if we win, I get a third. That's why people go to these type of attorneys because they can't afford to pay for an attorney.
And you see why these hundreds of thousands, probably millions of people calling. You think people ain't playing? Because you have to understand the reason he's calling out these corporations and these pharmaceutical companies, because that's where he's gonna have to get the money from. Because Diddy ain't gonna have no money. Diddy's gonna be spending all his money
this is the thing, though, y'all.
And fighting these civil cases.
Fighting them civil cases.
This is 120 cases right here. That's about $12 to $20 million. Just him defending.
Yo, but this is the thing, though, y'all. Them lawsuits ain't even been filed. They ain't even been filed. Yo, we didn't watch 2 press conferences in the last couple days about lawsuits that they were supposed to have been filing on Diddy, but none of them have been filed. So how do we know if they ever gonna file them? How do we know if they ever gonna file them? What if that was just a public shaming? Like, why are you announcing lawsuits before you file them anyway? You should file the motherfuckers first. Hold on, I gotta leave out and go back in. Yeah, you should follow them first. You should file them first. I think, is that protocol? Do they typically announce lawsuits before they filed, or do they file them and then announce them? Somebody let me know, cause I ain't never seen that before. I got it. Oh, hold up, y'all. We got some finesse 2 times mother going off on the baby mother. They turn that shit to a fucking spectacle. I don't, it's not popping up on my computer, bro. Yeah, it's not popping up on my computer for some reason. I just got it, though. Let me see something. Oh, here you go. Oh. Yeah, yo, I'm just on some real shit. Like, I ain't never carried it like this. Yo, what is it? Finesse 2 times, bro? Cause I ain't nothing else pop up but that. Sometimes I think You say about the pay shit. I ain't on the motherfucking payroll. Can't nobody pay me to say something opposite of what I feel, yo. Like I ain't that. You know what I mean? I'm gonna say how I feel 100% of the times. Or what I think. Cause I don't even deal in feelings. What I think is what I'm gonna say, yo. I'm not can't nobody pay me to say something opposite of what I think.
Not know what you was talking about. I'm sitting here telling you, no, it wasn't a fact. It wasn't a fact. You listen to what she said, but that's not a fact. That don't make it a fact. Because she said that. It don't make it a fact because she said that. Is what I'm telling you. Okay, and this happened after is what I'm trying to tell you. I'm not trying to argue that you had somebody else. It's for me, somebody else to be the daddy, though, Neil. My son told me that he don't think that's in and that's another thing. So why not just have a conversation?
They black.
You know the possibility. You said that you fucked off with somebody. You said that.
I did. Yeah, I did. But
okay, so that was a possibility right
Man,
there.
sleep.
Okay, I get that.
The whole time.
Yeah, he got. Hey, he got finessed.
What are you saying?
What's up, James?
I said that possibility, that person that you said that you dealt with, there go your possibility right there, man.
And the whole time the baby wasn't mine no way.
Okay, we're here at that point.
And I said, why not? This is what was not talking to her no more, but you told her that you was. That's how.
Hey, yo, this ain't pimping, man. Got something. This ain't pimping, man. What going on, finesse?
What y'all arguing?
What that again?
I told him, I said that you lie. I told him that
yeah, not the finesse king.
That was my words to him.
But the baby still wasn't mine.
And I said, you told her that
you had a whole storyline, so this is why we're at where we're at. This is why I'm
exactly. And you left after I told you that you didn't even have to leave. You know what you was talking about.
No, ain't no black activities. This shit happening in every fucking community, man. What you talking about? It's happening in every community. What's this? He says about distraction. I don't really get into the distraction talk, bro.
A how-to guide to teach companies to outsource American jobs. Written by Dave McCormick's company, specializing in outsourcing, encouraging CEOs to outsource more jobs and shipping Pennsylvania jobs to China. Dave McCormick, outsourcing jobs out for himself.
Yeah, finesse a buster.
Customized and safe with Liberty Mutual.
Yo, what's happening? It's your boy Papa Dog. Listen, I'm about to show you a video. And not to listen.
Oh, yeah, this the video I was looking for, bro.
I show you. This is one of
Thanks.
the main reasons.
I was looking for this, A1.
The way that they have. I want you to hear. I just want to.
This is the exact video I was looking for.
Listen to what he's saying. Okay. This is where the rubber meets the road. Check this out.
And it's called Our Black Party.
Okay.
It's time for us to have our own black political party, unapologetically. Because right now, if you look at the debates, we're not even a part of the conversation.
Not at all.
We're not a part of the conversation. We don't have any political power. We don't have any political leverage. And so we started Our Black Party with some young, fearless black activists, elected officials, and I've stepped up and put the money behind it.
Mm-hmm.
This is the biggest threat and the only option.
Yeah, I was looking for this video
that we have right now as far as making a change, taking our own self-responsibility and accountability to be educated.
Yeah, finesse is tripping, OC.
With our vote.
So what's the goal for our Black Party?
Our Black Party's number one goal is to unify behind a black agenda.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
You could be a part of the Democratic Party, the Republican Party, you could be an independent, but if you're black, you wasn't born Republican, you wasn't born Democrat, you wasn't born independent, you was born black.
Mm-hmm.
And we have to seize our political power because it'll just be more the same, being pushed this way, being pushed that way, and
this is a man. This is a man, right? That at one point in time said vote or die. When Obama was running, he said vote or die. I wonder what happened. I wonder what changed. You know, where was the switch?
result. But the definition of insanity is like doing the same thing over and over the same way, expecting a different result, and it's not going to happen. So we have to change the tone. We got to start with us stepping up and really taking the responsibility and accountability to be a part of this political movement.
The hardest part of that is going to be getting other black people to buy into it.
This is not for all black people.
Y'all funny as shit.
You know what I'm saying? This is not for the scary ones. This is for the ones that want to move things forward and want to get to the smoke. A black person spends an average of like 5 hours on Instagram a day. If you could give Instagram that time, 15 minutes you could give to educating yourself. And our black party's that platform. So when we get down to the local elections, when we get down to the school board, we get down to the judges and the justices, that's so confusing for us. We've never played this game. This is another level of gangster. But I played this game before, you know? I started in 2004 when Voter died, and this is the evolution.
They don't like when black people unify.
That empowerment, of that independence, of us taking self-accountability, so we're not caught with our pants down like this election. Right now, we're not going to get nothing. We're caught with our pants down. We're not organized. We're not ready to really take this on. I went through the experience of politics. I played the game with the Democratic Party. The people that I went and campaigned for, after they got elected, I don't feel like they really did anything to change the reality of black people. Like I was blessed enough to find God come to me and tell me my purpose.
Yeah, he is.
And he told me my purpose is to play a part in saving the black race. The Voter Died Diddy was about politics and, you know, trying to be supportive. And also, you know, they kind of guilt us in the votings, you know. But as I evolved, I realized this is a business. This is a transaction. This is the closest thing to the streets.
Yeah, good looking, A1, because this is exactly what I was looking for, and I didn't even see this much of it.
Than the streets that I've seen.
Yo, before I started.
Right, I don't got to hear what he got to say. Yeah. Yo. Yeah, they scared, man. These motherfuckers always been scared when black people unite. Always. Always. J. Edgar Hoover said it. What year was that? In the 60s sometimes. Say the biggest threat to United States at that time was black people uniting. He ain't saying in those words, but that's what he said. That was the biggest threat to the American power structure, was black people uniting. You think they don't still think that way? You think that was past tense? Why you think it's so much money and resources put into the disruption of black families, the disruption of black communities? Like, yo, that shit still stands. It still stands. But I talked about the lawsuit and the guy who filed those lawsuits just did an interview yesterday. Matter of fact, not yesterday, a couple hours ago. Law and Crime Network. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new.
Apple.
We should have 18K by the time this live over. We're only 70 away.
It's kind of a balancing test, really. On the one hand, you want to.
The magnitude of allegations against P. Diddy just grew tenfold, as more than 100 survivors are now coming forward with even more accusations against the disgraced musician. And for the first time, we're hearing from Tony Busby, the attorney bringing these 120 new lawsuits against Diddy. In a one-on-one.
Sean Combs with a deep
pen. These suits will bring brand new, shocking revelations, including Diddy's
got you by the balls,
assault of a 9-year-old child. And on a separate occasion, the assault of a pregnant woman.
Hey, OC, you know I did a video on that. Check it out.
Divulge some high-profile celebrity names that will shock us. I'm Sierra Gillespie, and this is Law and Crime News. The hits just keep on coming against 54-year-old Sean Diddy Combs, whose fall from grace has now reached new levels. Just last week, we were reporting on the 12 civil suits filed against Diddy, and now 120 more suits are set to be filed against him in the next 30 days. All of this comes as Diddy himself is behind bars at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, having been denied bail twice. Diddy's in
straight
jail
up.
now awaiting trial on the federal charges of racketeering conspiracy, sex
And those the same
trafficking by
papers we
force,
looked
fraud,
at?
or coercion, and transportation to engage in prostitution. This after a federal grand jury indicted him nearly a year after we first heard rumblings about Diddy's alleged illegal activity. We really have to credit Cassandra Ventura, also known as the singer Cassie, for getting
Yeah,
the
I don't
ball
even
rolling
think.
in the case
Yeah,
against
I don't even.
As CEO
I think she might have been coerced. You know, you hear the word, you hear the word coercion a lot, right? What if Cassie was coerced to file this lawsuit? Anybody ever think about that? We always say about coercion in reference to Diddy, but nobody says it in reference to Cassie.
Street's largest hedge fund, Dave McCormick bet against American Steel.
Diddy. She began working in the music industry with Diddy when she was just 19 years old, and she says almost right
You just
away,
spelt it.
Diddy began asserting control over her. The pair dated for years, and Cassie says during this time, Diddy was emotionally, physically, and sexually abusive.
Dumbass.
Cassie's lawsuit was where we first heard the term freak off. She says it started when Mr. Combs hired a man and brought the man to his home in Los Angeles. The man, Mr. Combs, and Miss Ventura wore masquerade masks and ingested drugs. Mr. Combs directed Miss Ventura to perform sexual acts with this man while Mr. Combs watched them. He masturbated while directing Miss Ventura and
I find this
specific sexual acts.
I find this so funny, right? So funny. Y'all know we was the first platform on YouTube that I know of that was telling everybody, yo, it's only one victim and it's more than likely Cassie, allegedly. Yo, for days, long crime and all these large platforms was trying to convince people or was tricking people to believe it was all these victims. Yo, it wasn't until 12 days and probably 17 videos that long crime admitted, yo, Cassie is the only victim. In the lawsuit, not the lawsuit, but in the indictment. Why it take them so long? How was we able to say that day 1 and it took them to day 12 to say that? Y'all don't think that's strange? Now, every video they do about Diddy is involving Cassie. Wasn't like that at first. But this is where people go to get their credible news. I just think it's funny.
Mr. Combs began to call the arrangement a freak-off or FO. He would repeatedly tell Miss Ventura at random moments that he wanted an FO, and Miss Ventura was eventually expected to facilitate the location and the hiring of male sex workers. This is all laid out in Cassie's lawsuit that was filed last November. It was settled just one day after it was filed.
See, this is the thing, y'all. See, this is the thing, y'all. I'm not saying, I'm sure your Diddy probably did some fucked up thing. I'm sure he did. We see him did some of it on camera. I'm just looking at the bigger picture of what this is really about. What this is really about. And it's really about not letting the motherfucking man, no matter how much money you got. It's like, yo, if you black, you can't go up here. You can't be up here with us. You can get some money. Make a whole lot of money. Some people, you know, but it's all the illusion of inclusion. But you can never get to the point where you my competition. Fuck no. It ain't happening. We ain't and that's why I'm standing on it the way I'm standing on it, because I'm against that mind frame. I'm against that thinking. I'm against that concept. So that's why, so it's like, of course, it's real victims. Of course, Diddy did some fucked up things. Yo, but the bigger issue, it ain't about none of them. You feel me? Because if it was about them, Diddy would have been locked up 25 years ago. If it was about them, Diddy would have got locked up when he beat Cassie on that camera. Diddy went to jail then. Exactly. If we was, and that's the thing I'm saying. If we was dealing with an honest system, Diddy wouldn't be able to pay his way. We're not dealing with an honest system, y'all.
Other survivors came forward over the next several months, all accusing Diddy of sexual assault. And the pattern laid out in these lawsuits was eerily similar. Diddy would drug or force these victims to consume alcohol that was oftentimes laced. After that, he would sexually assault them, sometimes as part of these freak-offs. On multiple occasions, Diddy would apparently record these sessions and then use them as blackmail to keep the victims quiet. It's ironic then that these same recordings are now being used in the federal case against Diddy. His indictment explains this, saying that when federal investigators raided 2 of Diddy's homes in March 2024, they collected digital evidence to be used in the case. If you're out and about while you're watching our video, listen up. This one is for you. I'm talking about the free app Upside that gets you cash back on daily essentials. It's something I use every time I pump my gas because it's so easy and it's free, so why not? Okay, here's what you do. You just download the Upside app and then you claim an offer for whatever you're buying. You pay as usual and then just follow the steps on the app to get paid. To find out how much you could earn, click the link in the description to download Upside or scan the QR code on the screen and use our promo code LCNews to get an extra 25 cents back on every gallon on your first tank of gas.
Dave McCormick was a hedge fund CEO. His other specialty? Outsourcing American jobs, sending Pennsylvania jobs to China. McCormick even taught other CEOs how to do the same thing. Dave McCormick, outsourcing jobs out for himself.
If your YouTube channel is getting
My bad,
millions of
Charlie, I
views
had to get my
and your channel's
charger.
got one of these, then go ahead and stop watching right now.
The indictment also specifically references freak-offs, calling them elaborate and produced sex performances that Combs arranged, directed, masturbated during, and often electronically recorded. Federal court documents reference just one survivor in the case, labeled as Victim 1. We can't 100% confirm who that is, but an educated guess is that it's Cassie. We also can't confirm that Cassie testified.
It took them
in
12
front of the
days to
grand
say
jury
that.
Indicted Diddy, but we can confirm she was speaking with the feds before his arrest. And now it's possible that even more survivors will be speaking with the feds, and the amount of cases they're bringing forward is overwhelming. On Tuesday, Houston-based attorney Tony Busby
Now I want to hear what he got to say for real.
new civil lawsuits against P. Diddy that are expected to be filed over the next 30 days. Busby explained 60 of the survivors are women and the other 60 men. Of them, 25 alleged they were sexually assaulted as minors. More than half of these survivors already spoke out about the abuse, reporting it to the police or to hospitals. But now they're telling their stories to the world in the way of 120 separate civil lawsuits. As Busby explained, this is not a class action lawsuit, but rather each survivor will file suit against Diddy separately in the state where the incident occurred.
When?
Busby said these.
He better answer when. When are you filing these suits, sir? And how can we look them up to make sure they actually got filed? That's what I want to know.
Assaults took place in Los Angeles, Miami, and New York. They date as far back as 1991. He says these lawsuits will describe multiple new allegations, including violent sexual assault or rape, sexual abuse, facilitating sex with controlled substances, false imprisonment, compelling prostitution.
And what if these suits never get filed?
Dissemination of video.
How will we know, y'all?
And sexual abuse.
Yo, how will we know? How will we know if these suits never get filed? How will we know? What if they just put on the show, did these press conferences, and never filed the suits? Will we be able to find that information out? I don't know. Somebody let me know. Will we be able to find out if they never filed these suits? And if they never file them, what does that say?
Of minors. And it's not just Diddy that's being called out in these suits. Busby says other high-profile
Yeah, but what if they never file them?
in these alleged assaults, specifically saying the names will shock you. From here, we have to dig a bit deeper. We're joined now by Tony Busby, who's the attorney representing a slew of these civil plaintiffs against Diddy. Tony, thank you so much for coming on with us today.
Thank you for having me.
So let's start with the big question, why now? I mean, Diddy was indicted last month, but these allegations came out almost a year ago, starting in November of last year with Cassandra Ventura. So why now are these plaintiffs planning to file suit?
I think
he was coerced.
The indictment.
He was coerced too.
Denial of bail. You know, we had several cases before the indictment. We were just kind of waiting to see what the federal government was going to do. We knew there was an investigation ongoing. Then when the indictment came about, and then when the arrest occurred, and then when bail was denied, I think those events led to more and more calls. And then my co-counsel, who then called me and associated me with the case, and thought
then we set up a hotline,
the kind of case that I should handle. When I made an announcement that I was going to pursue these cases, the floodgates really opened. In about a 10-day period, we got 3,200 calls. And then from the press conference we had yesterday, we've had 12,000 calls since, I guess, in about 24 hours. And so
look at this shit, y'all.
Herculean task is to try to sift through every one of these calls and
he must got a large team.
Make sure that we are identifying those who are victims and those who are witnesses and collect evidence. I mean, we have about almost 100 people working on this task. The 120 that we announced yesterday, those are claims that we could file right now against Sean Combs, but we're trying to make sure that when we file the cases, and they're going to be filed on an individual basis, that we include every potentially liable party. By that I mean any entities or other individuals that either were involved, participated, facilitated, egged it on, provided the venue, benefited from it, profited from it, that sort of thing. So that's where we are now. We have 120 cases that we are preparing to file, and we're trying to sift through another 12,000 phone calls and contacts that we've received in the last 24 hours. So, the volume of calls has been overwhelming, and it's been, kind of shocking. But when you put it in context that we're talking about alleged behavior that occurred over 25 years.
No, it's not. See, that's what everybody keep thinking. Yo, we are not ready to hear about no other people in Hollywood. And I think that's what everybody wants. Because it's a mystery in Hollywood, yo. And us being on the outside, we want to know what's going on. But we're not ready to hear that. Because this is not the taking down of Hollywood. This is the taking down of Diddy alone. You see nobody coming to his defense. We ain't ready, yo. We are not ready to see. Like, I hear what he's talking, but I seriously doubt it. Seriously doubt it. This right here, what he's saying is just for talk. It's just for show. It's just to put on a fucking performance. Yo, but we not ready to hear nobody else naming these lawsuits. We not ready to hear no takedown of nobody else. I seriously doubt it, yo. If I'm wrong, I'll come on here and say I'm wrong, but I doubt it. The fuck?
You can only imagine the amount of different types of parties that occurred. We're talking about album release parties. We're talking about the white parties you've heard about, after parties, after shows, impromptu parties at hotels and clubs. I think the indictment and the arrest,
they're going back and they trying to lock up and scare anybody that ever had any contact with Diddy.
Kamala always puts criminals first. Don't make America her next victim.
If you're not a profitable trader after
that's what they doing, y'all.
I'll personally hand you $7,000.
Anybody that ever partied with Diddy is a victim now, or at least you can be a potential victim.
Kind of gave people a little bit more comfort that they had more safety and support to step forward. And I think announcing that there were 50 people that were preparing to file suit kind of made people that were on the fence, that were still scared, to step forward. Now, anytime you have a situation like this, the real task is to make sure that every single person that you sign on to represent.
Yeah, we go live every day at 11 p.m. Eastern time.
That's the difficulty, because one bad apple spoils the barrel, as they say. So you're kind of, it's kind of a balancing test, really. On the one hand, you want to absolutely, we believe victims. If you've been victimized, please step forward. This is a safe space for you.
OG, they had a hotline. His lawyer team set up a hotline. If you know how they be doing them little class action lawsuits. If you was a victim of Diddy, if you partied at any Diddy parties, call 1-800 I'm talking about white parties, red parties, any parties on boats, parties and yachts. If you was at any Diddy party, reach out to us ASAP. That's what they did, y'all. That's what they did. Like, yo, come on, yo. We ain't never seen that done before, yo. They ain't do that to Cosby. They ain't do that to R. Kelly. They ain't do that to nobody.
And we have to make sure that we fully vet the case, and we have to make sure that it's a legitimate case. So that's the process that we're going through now. Yesterday I announced that our team intended to start filing cases within 30 days. It may be sooner than that. But was not expecting.
I'm gonna do a video every time long crime do one.
Contact that we've gotten in the last 24 hours.
I mean, the sheer number of lawsuits that you're talking about as of yesterday, 120. To me, I'm like, wow, that is a giant number. But now you're talking about over 1,000 people that came forward, just overwhelming as you're discussing that. But let's move on to another aspect of this. A lot of people are talking about names that could come up in these lawsuits. You referenced that some of these names are pretty high profile and could shock us. What can you tell me about those names? Are there a lot of people that could be implicated in future crimes? Is it possible that the things that will be listed in these future lawsuits could be prosecuted? What can you tell me?
Well,
they can call them future lawsuits. Now listen, y'all.
Not committed crime.
Listen, y'all. They calling it future lawsuits. Drop the motherfuckers. What else you waiting for? Drop the lawsuits. I'm ready to start a motherfucking campaign. Drop the lawsuits. Why are you holding on to them? It's not a gift. It's not a trophy. Drop them bitches. We waiting. The world is waiting and watching. Drop the lawsuits. Busby and the other lady. The fuck is y'all doing? We ain't got all day. Y'all made this big ass fuss. Drop them bitches. Give us a date. Give us a time. I want to be able to look it up and make sure they got dropped and filed.
You know, the civil system is very different than the criminal system. The criminal
straight up,
huh? Very particular
drop that shit
that they pursue because the standard of proof is beyond a reasonable doubt. In the civil system, the standard of proof is more likely than not, or preponderance of the evidence. So it's a lot lower standard in the civil system.
So, y'all hear that? More likely than not. So all you had to do is be at the party. All you had to do was be at the party and get high and get drunk and have a witness to say, oh yeah, they was at the party. That's all you had to do. More likely than not. It's a chance, you know, since Diddy had a party on New York Ave on October 23rd in 1995. Here go my picture. Diddy was there. Shit, you in the money. Nah, OG, we know what it is. It ain't bigger than what we think. We know what it is. We know exactly what this is, man. That's why we fighting against it. We know what it is, but it ain't ready to be no takedown of Hollywood. Yeah, like thank you. Yeah, all you had to do is go to Diddy party, you good.
To answer your question as far as crimes, I won't comment on that. But as far as whether there will be additional individuals, people that we all know joined in some of these suits, there's no doubt that will be the case. There's no doubt that some of these events and these assaults occurred at particular people's homes, some venues, some hotels, some clubs. We know that there were people in the room when some of these things occurred. It's my view that if you participated in it, if you benefited from it, if you encouraged it.
No, so if you was at the party, right? You know the party get wild. Open the girl mouth, pour liquor down her throat. That's assault. That's assault. He did that in 97. 97, I was in the club with Diddy. We was partying, and he poured liquor down my throat. That's what we dealing with, y'all. Now, of course, they're gonna write it up like it's something that it ain't. But that's what it sounds like to me. That's what it sounds like to me. He got me drunk. I ain't want to drink that day. I ain't even know he was going to do that. He grabbed my face.
You watched it go on and were somehow involved, whether it be even peripherally involved, and did not try to stop it, especially with regard to minors, then it's my view that you have liability on the civil side. So that's what we're looking at. And obviously, we want to be very careful.
I'm sure he is.
About who we name, because I don't want an error in that respect is not good for anyone, and I'm not going to be the person that starts naming names of potential people and smearing people for no reason, because the case
now he backtracking.
So I have made sure that each of these people that we represent currently are people that I'm proud to represent and I believe in, and I believe in their case. But I want to make sure that we include every potential liable party when we file the case.
These names that will be included, the ones that you are willing to include in these suits, why will they surprise us so much? Is it because they're beloved people in the Hollywood universe?
I've gotten this question so many times, and I know, and you're doing your job, obviously, you want to know who they are, some kind of facts so we can kind of figure out who they are. I think I'll just leave it at this. I mean, you know, it was a secret that everyone knew about what was going on with regard to these parties and some of the things that happened.
Hey, he counting the money, OG.
After parties. There was a pattern in practice, custom of behavior that went on for many, many years. The MO of how it went down was pretty much the same for many, many years. It typically included.
All right, so listen up. State Farm was trying to charge me $197 for car insurance. No, thank you.
And 50.
You know, people identified and specifically invited.
Yes, I said he probably been coerced.
Parties. When they showed up, they were given a specific drink. They were made to drink it. They didn't drink it. They would many times be kicked out of the party. And a lot of these folks would drink this drink.
If they didn't drink it, they'd be kicked out the party. Yo, that is a serious deterrent to drink. I mean, that's a serious reason. You mean to tell me I'm going to get kicked out if I don't drink? Oh, my God. Give me this. Give me this cup. Give me this bottle. Yo, what is that? He said many of the people was told that if they don't drink, they're getting kicked out. And they was in fear for their life. They didn't want to leave. It might have only been 9 o'clock. They planned on partying at 12. You know, they was partying at 12. And it was 9 o'clock when they gave them their drink. They just couldn't fathom leaving 3 hours early. Now, yo, this is a bunch of baloney. Man, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel.
Practice, custom of behavior that went on for many, many years. The MO of
he definitely pissed somebody off.
Was pretty much
the same. You gotta watch the other
video. For many, many years. It typically included, you know, people identified and specifically invited to certain venues and parties. When they showed up, they were given a specific drink. They were made to drink it. They didn't drink it. They would many times be kicked out of the party. And a lot of these folks would drink this drink that was provided to them and literally could not remember hardly anything that happened thereafter. And the next morning woke up disheveled, injured, confused, scared, ashamed, full of guilt, and wondering what happened to them.
Nothing. You was drunk.
Some of them, of course, have clear memory about what happened, but could not stop it from happening.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying, Dixon.
It's incredibly egregious.
All you gotta do is leave. Like, who are you to dictate the motherfucking drink of choice of the night? You know, Diddy like to party, just like most rock stars, most people with millions and billions. They like to party. You can't dictate. I wanna pick cocaine in my drink tonight. Not saying that it's the right thing to do. You feel me? I want to put a motherfucking Quaalude in there. Ain't that what Bill Cosby got in trouble for? This is my party, and this is my crowd. This is my party and my crowd, man. I'm putting some. I'm making a whole cocktail. We might all go out tonight. I'm just saying, yo, like, not saying it's the right thing to do or anything. I'm just saying, yo, who are they to dictate how his parties are ran? You got the option to leave. You got the option to leave. No, but they stayed. You know why they stayed? Because they wanted a chance to be close to Diddy. They wanted their chance at stardom. They wanted to be motherfucking single for a night. You know, they wanted to party. That's what it is. Now, years later, a few months after, you know, rest in peace Soulja Slim, they coming back with lawsuits. Because it's like somebody being coerced. No, Diamond and Pearls, that's not what he said. He said they asked to take these drinks. This is before they was drugged, allegedly, if they was drugged. They could have turned them down. It's either you drink this or drink that. I mean, it's either you drink this or you leave. These people chose to drink. They could have left. Yo, ain't nobody telling me to drink a cup that I don't know what's in there. I'm sorry. I cannot drink that. I will not drink that. Yeah, red pill, blue pill. What you gonna do? Now, if I gotta leave because I ain't going, oh, fine with me. I will walk out this bitch happily. Happily. Because I ain't ready to just put anything in my system and I don't know what it is. But these people did. He said many of the people did. Hey, Diamond, let me play it back. Maybe you didn't hear what he said. Let me play it back for you. You must just gotta hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. We on the way to 18K. We should be at 18K for this live over.
Parties, when they showed up, they were given a specific drink. They were made to drink it. They didn't drink it. They would many times be kicked out of the party.
Yeah.
These folks would drink beer that went.
Jameson, a famously smooth whiskey from a famously big.
No, he definitely said it was forced.
Meet Julia.
Went on for many, many years. The MO of how it went down was pretty much the same for many, many years. It typically included, people identified and specifically invited
Somebody that
to
was
certain
made up.
venues and parties. When they showed up, they were given a specific drink. They were made to drink it. They didn't drink it. They would many times be kicked out of the party. And a lot of these folks would drink this drink that was provided to them and literally could not remember hardly anything that happened thereafter. And the next morning woke up disheveled.
Exactly.
Confused,
They never wanted to kick it that bad.
Full of guilt and wondering what the heck
Straight
happened
up
to
appreciate
them.
it.
Some of them, of course, have clear memory about what happened, but literally could not stop it from happening. It's incredibly egregious, especially with regard to those that were minors at the time this happened. And it's my view that if you were around and you were there and you were watching this and in some way participated in this, you're complicit. It's one thing to.
So now all you got.
Anybody.
So now look, all you gotta do is be at the party. If you was Kevin Hart and you was at the party, you're gonna be in a lawsuit. Those the big names he's talking about. People that was at the party, they're gonna be in a lawsuit, and that's gonna shake the internet. Like, yo, pay attention to what's really going on, y'all. Like that's what he's gonna do. Oh yeah, whoever was there and they witnessed it, they participated in it too, and the whole world is gonna think, damn, yo, there's some late breaking news. Yo, such and such was there, yo, when did it? And whole time we just talking about a regular party. Exactly. Never drink nothing that you don't make yourself. That's how I always was raised. I was always taught that. You don't even supposed to smoke if you ain't rolled that motherfucker. If you don't know the person that you understand, people do wild things. People sprinkle things into their marijuana. Some people like pills in their drink. So I ain't ready to just drink anything just because you say so. I'ma leave. And we talking about the children. We talking about children. They're mentioning children that supposed to won a record deal and came there with their parents. They was there with their parents. And this is the sad reality, y'all. That is certain parents out here that's willing to sacrifice their children for fame. That's real. It's a real thing. I wouldn't do it. Y'all probably wouldn't do it. Yo, but it's some people out here that will. It's crazy that it's like that. They will put their kids in compromising situations for fame. Yeah, but that's not what's going on. They're not even mentioning nobody else involved in that. They just saying they was there with their parents.
Directly participating in this, in my view, should be under the jail. But that's not my decision to make. That's the authorities. My job is to find and ferret out all the people involved, facilitated, benefited from, profited from, and make sure that they are parties in these cases.
Yeah,
as we file them.
That's crazy.
And there is a long list of people. I've said, and I'll say it again, I have no doubt that there are people right now who know that they were somehow involved in this, who are now scrubbing their social media, who are searching their memories, who are deleting their texts, probably deleting pictures and trying to distance themselves from this. And we know who they are, or we will find out who they are. So, this is not something that's going to happen overnight, but I think we're at the tip of the iceberg here.
You brought up the disturbing pattern that we're hearing over and over again in the civil suits that have already been filed and the indictment that Diddy would allegedly drug these people, oftentimes against their will, and then sexually assault them. And then the word that we're hearing a lot is freak-offs, when these incidents would oftentimes be recorded. Is this something that you've seen from your clients, that potentially they have recordings?
Some of the clients have recordings. What the reason the press conference was held yesterday is obviously we can collect evidence from our own clients, and we can check their phones, and we can, some of this stuff happened years back, so some of that is hard to do. But what we really are interested in, not only victims coming forward, but people that witnessed these events coming forward. I have had so many people send me unsolicited information that they think might help. I was here, I saw this. Here's
what I said the other day, y'all.
That kind of thing. That's
what I said the other day, y'all. They trying to build the case through media. That's what they doing. You got the people with the tapes, leaking the tapes all over the motherfucking place. You got all these law firms announcing lawsuits that they haven't filed. They trying to build a case through media. We don't even know if any of these people exist. They trying to find real victims. They trying, think about this, y'all. Just think about this. What if none of these people even exist? But they're trying to find real victims. Like real victims with real proof. Even if it's one or two of them. That's all we need. That's all we need to motherfucking sit them down. We already got one. Give us two more. What is that, yo? Is that justice or is that corruption? I need people to let me know. That sounds very corrupt to me. That sounds very corrupt to me. No, they don't got cases. He just said, you heard what the man just said. You heard what he just said. Like, yo, y'all gotta listen to what these people are saying. He just said the reason for this, the reason that I did this press conference is to hopefully, I said this probably yesterday or 2 days ago. He just admitted it. Let me see for a few that didn't hear it.
We can, some of this stuff happened years back, so some of that is hard to do. But what we really are interested in, not only victims coming forward, but people that witnessed these events coming forward.
Justice delayed is just denied. That's what we rocking, Rick, Kevin.
Send me unsolicited information that they think might help. I was here, I saw this. Here's I can corroborate this, that kind of thing. And that's so important with a case like this. I don't know what the federal government has in its possession based on the raids of Sean Combs' homes. So I am doing what I can. Obviously, I've cast a very wide net, and I put the word out that, look, if you have evidence, please come forward. Please provide us what you have. It may be helpful. It may not. I've gotten a lot of videos and pictures, and it's hard to sort through that and figure out, okay, let me try to put this in context, and figure out how this might help a claim and how it might not. But what we've seen is, if you look at
they're using the media to build a case. They don't have a case. You don't do this when you got a case. You don't do this when you got a case. You don't make press conferences before you file. You file the case first, then you make a press conference as to why you filed. The reason we knew about Cassie's case is because she filed. Not because she was thinking about it. When she was thinking about it, ain't nobody know. We didn't know about her case until her case got filed. Told y'all it's different. Now you're gonna see everybody on their channels copying. I'm the one that really moved the motherfucking goalpost for YouTube. Everybody else just follow.
The 3-count indictment against Sean Combs. It describes a pattern of activity that is very consistent with what we're hearing from people that are calling us.
Yo, who the fuck idolize celebrities, y'all? Stop letting people tell y'all we idolize celebrities. Nobody idolizes these people. This shit ain't even about Diddy. To me, Diddy just being used. Nobody idolizes celebrities. Stop listening to these people, whoever the fuck they is, that get on platforms and say we idolize. I don't idolize none of these motherfuckers. Ain't none of them never did a goddamn thing for me. Idolize no motherfucking celebrities. But I ain't ready to see a black man get motherfucking, regardless of what he done behind closed doors. If I know this shit, if this shit not rooted, if it ain't rooted in justice, it ain't right. This ain't rooted in justice. If this was rooted in justice, I'd fall back. I'd be on the motherfucking Diddy need to go to jail train. You know, because I ain't with nobody beating up on women, taking advantage of women. I ain't with none of that. But this ain't about justice. This is about revenge. This is about showing a person, yo, this is where you stand. I don't care how much money you got. I don't care. That's what this case is about. And I'm going to stand against that 100% of the time. 100% of the time. Flojo, you got to look at my other videos. I ain't ready to keep going back into that. I got a few videos up.
You spoke of an eerie part of this pattern, even more disturbing than the rest of it, that minors are involved. And this is something you referenced in the press conference, someone as young as 9 years old. You also listed a 14-year-old, a 15-year-old. Obviously, all these people are underage. They're minors at the time. So are you surprised that in the indictment there weren't any charges to that effect?
I think that the government, obviously, typically when you deal with the government, you know, they do not bring an indictment unless they can absolutely prove it beyond a reasonable doubt. I mean, that's anytime you deal with the feds, they're very thorough, but they will not put something in an indictment that they do not think they can slam dunk prove. And so it's my suspicion, and I haven't talked to them, but it's my suspicion that they certainly had information that suggested the very kind of thing I talked about yesterday, but maybe they don't have the evidence to put it in an indictment and to prove it. What I'm hoping is, and I'm encouraged.
Kamala Harris is flying.
There you go, y'all.
Safe.
Yo, I can't believe y'all. Yo, we just solved it.
Preaching my clients to those that, to the extent that they are willing to do so, to make themselves available to the federal authorities, to tell their story, and I expect the indictment will grow. I expect there will be more counts.
Hey, yo, these people is dirty, yo. They really just did that. They really are using these lawyers and these lawsuits that probably never get filed in order to find real victims. That's what they're doing. Allegedly. That's what y'all can't see through this? That's what they're doing. They're using these lawsuits to find real victims. Saying that, so say a person is a real victim, right? Say a person really is a victim. Diddy really did some fucked up shit to him. In their mind, 100-some people already came forth. I can come forward now. What is that, yo? So that's corruption, y'all. That's not how this system is supposed to work. That's the same shit that they was doing to fucking Martin Luther King. The same shit they was doing to the Black Panthers. Do y'all remember that? Same dirty, deceitful practices. Same dirty, deceitful practices, man. Nah, hell no, I don't spread no motherfucking hate. Everybody welcome. But you gonna hear the truth. And the truth, you might not like it. But it ain't no hate. I love all people.
But again, that's not my bailiwick. My bailiwick is to
justice delayed, justice denied, bro. That shit real.
That I've vetted, and I think their cases can win in court.
That's interesting that you said you think the indictment will grow. Maybe more charges could be filed against Diddy based on what we're going to hear in these more than 100 lawsuits. So let's talk about those allegations for a second. Again, we're just seeing this pattern over and over about sexual assault, false imprisonment, drugging. Can you tell me a bit more about the allegations that your clients are bringing?
I just talk generally about them. I kind of put them in two different buckets, if you will. The first bucket is individuals, young people trying to break into the entertainment industry.
Yo, get the fuck out of here,
singing,
man.
Dancing, that sort of thing.
So look,
people who are recruited.
Basically, what he said. Hey, yo, this crazy, yo. I'm glad we watched this. Yo, basically, what he said is, if you was ever a aspiring artist, if you was ever an aspiring artist, and you had a meeting with Bad Boy, right? And things might ain't go your way. Maybe somebody tried you in there. Maybe they tried to get you to do some of the things we hear about the industry. Maybe they tried to get you to do some nefarious activities to get signed. Reach out to us. That's what they fucking did. That's what they doing. In order to find real victims. Yo, this is crazy, y'all. Yo, this is crazy, y'all. Then he gonna say next. I already know what he gonna say next. If you happen to be at a party, that Diddy was there, and maybe you got a little bit too drunk, reach out to us. Could have been something in that drink. Yo, wow, yo. Yo, this is crazy. I ain't never seen nothing like this before, man. No, they not, Flo Joe. You ain't just hear what the man just said? You ain't just hear what he just said? I don't want to keep running it back, yo, because we wasting time. It's not what he just said. He's hoping. That's what they're hoping to find. By throwing this out like this and laying down the foundation, they are hoping to find people that he done this to. That's what they done. It's not saying we don't even know if people exist. We're just hoping we find some. Listen to him.
This pattern over and over about sexual assault, false imprisonment, drugging. Can you tell me a bit more about the allegations that your clients are bringing?
I just talk generally about them. It's I kind of put them in two different buckets, if you will. The first bucket is individuals, young people trying to break into the entertainment industry, whether it be acting, singing, dancing, that sort of thing. People who are recruited by affiliates of Sean Combs or others in his group. Who one individual I'm thinking about in particular who went to a studio to audition and ended up being allegedly sexually assaulted.
That's not a real case, y'all.
That's one bucket. The larger bucket is just people who are identified perhaps in a crowd, on the street, at a club.
What I just say? How I know he was going to say that, yo, without even watching this? How did I know he was going to say that without even watching this? I said the next thing he going to say is at a party. How did I know he was going to say that without watching this, y'all? I didn't watch this. Y'all seen when I clicked it? Because you can see, I see through the play. I see through the play. It's a play. They looking for anything. They throwing a nickel in a pond. Right now, what they doing? They throwing their fishing rod out there. They fishing. They throwing their rod out there in the middle of the ocean, hoping they catch a fish. That's what they doing, y'all. Y'all can't see that. Frojo, you can't see that. You can't see that they winding their motherfucking fishing rod up and they throwing that bitch in the motherfucking ocean. Why do I hate Mexicans? I hate no goddamn Mexicans. I don't hate nobody. I don't like the fact that they pushing them in the black community, knowing it's gonna cause a problem. If that's what you was asking.
Recruited to come to parties and get to the party and are drugged and then are assaulted. That's the second bucket. That's the larger bucket. And so it's kind of the MO is the same. But, the group of people is a little bit different. You have some aspiring singers and aspiring dancers and actors. That group And then you have people that just were flattered to be invited to a party by somebody.
Exactly. A1.
Sean Combs's stature and celebrity. So, you know, it's all of it's sad, all of it's egregious.
Yeah, they dirty, yo. He lied about that whole lawsuit. He ain't got no motherfucking 100-something victims. He lying.
Wade was a huge victory.
I don't believe him. I think he lying.
This next part is really just sad to even talk about. You mentioned that over 50%.
Everybody heard it, Flo Joe.
Who are filing suit actually had already reported this, whether it be to the police or to hospitals, maybe in the way of a rape kit or something like that following the sexual assault. So this had already been on record. How do you feel about that? Do you think that charges should have been filed when those things were reported?
You know, I'm still delving into that. You know, so many of these folks who woke up the next morning scared, ashamed. Some cases, you can't find their shoes. The only thing they remember is being forced to take a drink. You know, end up at the hospital, drug tested, and find drugs in their system when they're not people that typically do drugs. And in several cases where they found what was described as a horse tranquilizer in their system. You know, obviously those people who went to the hospital and reported that, you know, what happened after that, why it wasn't pursued, you know, there's many different reasons for that, as there are different clients. So, you know, I'm not casting aspersions at the authorities or casting aspersions at the hospital. It just is what it is. And you should know, and I think you probably do know, is that anytime someone is victimized in this way, it takes a heck of a lot of courage to come forward. The authorities know that these are incredibly hard cases to prove. I think we released yesterday some statistics about sexual abuse and assault and exploitation in the United States, about the small percentage of people that actually report it, and the much smaller percentage of cases that are ever actually taken, and then the much smaller percentage of prosecutions that ever actually occur. It's a nationwide pervasive issue. And if you don't report it immediately, it becomes that much harder to report, because, you know, the first thing we're going to hear, and I think we've already heard from Mr. Combs' team, is that if something had happened, why didn't they report it immediately? That's kind of the knee-jerk reaction of most people who don't understand the scenario here and how things actually work in the real world, because it's hard to prove these cases. Even if you reported it on the spot, it's hard to prove these cases. It makes it much harder, especially when you're worried about ramifications from your family, even from your job, from your community,
from your boyfriend,
and also you're dealing with a celebrity who's celebrated, and the word fanatic is the short for that is fan, and fans can be quite nasty. I've already gotten a lot of threats on social media just because I'm the lawyer representing these folks. There's a real fear there, and I think the fact that the federal government took action, the fact that there was an arrest and an indictment, the fact that bail was denied, I think now 3 times, gives people some courage to step forward. And then when they see that other people are stepping forward, I think it's a good thing. And to have a dialogue and a discussion about the difficulty of these cases and how pervasive this kind of conduct is.
AG, man, they didn't even file a lawsuit.
And, so I'm glad
they didn't even file it.
I'm proud of these people stepping forward, their courage.
Now, where's my lighter go
my best to pursue their claims in an aggressive fashion and make sure that obviously one of the defendants will be Sean Combs, but I think there'll be many more.
You use the word courage, and I really want to highlight that, because you're right. This is such strength for these people to come forward at maybe the darkest moment of their life and reveal it to the world. But the strength there is really important to highlight. And I'm wondering, as things move forward, if federal prosecutors do reach out to any of your plaintiffs, do you think that they'd be willing to testify and tell their story in that way?
I'm certainly going to encourage them to do so. Absolutely going to encourage them to do so. That's of course another level of courage to do that. One of the things that each plaintiff has been told is that at some point your name will be revealed. When we file the case, obviously we're going to reveal your name to the people that we sue and the entities that we sue. We're going to file your case as John Doe or Jane Doe, but it's up to the court ultimately whether we will have to reveal your name publicly. And I've tried to make it clear that ultimately the court may say you must reveal your name. And so I've tried to make that clear on the front end. Now, that's even a step further when you talk about, are you going to be a witness in a federal prosecution? That's a big deal. You can't hide your name and your identity when you serve as a witness in a case, especially a case against somebody like Sean Combs. It's going to be very high profile, and in these cases, I think you probably, common sense tells you that the first defense is always going to be to attack the victim. That's the first defense. It's been that way since I've been handling these cases for 20 some odd years. And you got to make it clear on the front end that look, you're going to be put under a microscope. Everything you've done and said your entire life is going to be examined. Anything you've ever posted on the internet or social media is going to be examined. Every job you've ever had, every employer you've ever had, they're going to talk to them. They're going to do a deep, deep dive into your background, and be prepared for that. But ultimately, none of that has anything to do with what happened in the room at the time that individual was assaulted. So, you have to prepare people for that. And that's one of the reasons that people are very reluctant to come forward, laying aside the guilt, the shame, and the...
So, Joe, I don't think he got no victims. I don't think he have any accusers. I think he made all that shit up. I think he made all that up in an attempt to try to get some real victims, some real accusers, because it just gotta be some out there. It gotta be. This man had money for 30 years. He loves the party. It has to be some accusers out there. That's what this is, man. This is a shot in the dark. A shot in the dark. Just yesterday, y'all, it was a woman that one of her accusers was a fucking sex worker. Sex worker. And she said that she was assaulted by Diddy from 2004 to 2009. Or trafficked by, it was something like that. Can you traffic a sex worker, or is that her fucking job? Was he just employing her? It sounds like to me he was just employing her. But we calling it sex traffic. He gave her a job. Might have been his favorite freak. Who knows? But it sounded like he gave her a job. But she was saying she got trafficked. Man, I ain't buying none of this shit. I already see what it is. Yeah, for 5 years he trafficked her. But she was an admitted sex worker. So he gave her a job. He put some money in her pocket. Probably paid her well. The fuck, man. I don't keep it G News. That's all I'm saying. I think he making that shit up. And he's looking for, like he said, he's looking for two different types of people. People that try to get in the industry and Diddy might have had sex with them, and promised them a deal. That's the thing that all industry people do. That's the thing that all industry people do. Fucked up as it may be. I don't believe in using your job or your title to have sex with people, or to make them feel like they gotta have sex with you to advance. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. Yeah, make sure y'all hit that motherfucking if y'all want to support the cat, thanks y'all. I was trying to delete that shit too. Yeah, but we ready to move on from Diddy, y'all. We covering Diddy ain't night. Every day long crime cover Diddy, we covering Diddy. We ready to be the motherfucking adverse to the nonsense. Somebody gotta keep it real. And what I see from that, my honest opinion, what I see is they just shooting, they just hoping they catch a fish. Cause after 30 years of being a label head and being a party guy, he had to have done somebody wrong. He had to have done somebody wrong. And they just hoping to get somebody to come forward. So they can add him in on that motherfucking indictment, because they need more victims. They need more victims to make it for the whole credibility. I just hope that we just need people to see through it. And to me, that is corruption. That's not how the system supposed to work. They supposed to had all of that before they even took him to fucking court. If it was about the things that he was doing, they should have had all that before they took him to court. No, yo. See, yo, with Cassie, yo, I think, and I'm ready to move on after this. I think Cassie was in with the freak offs until he started doing it too much, you know. I think she was okay with the freak offs until she started, like maybe it was only once a month or once every 2 months. She was cool with that. But eventually, you know, Diddy was getting freakier and freakier, you know. It might have been, first it was just her and one sex worker. Now it's her and 2 sex workers. Next thing you know, it's her and 3 sex workers, and we having these things constantly. I think that's when it got uncomfortable. That's when she didn't want to participate no more. And I think what Diddy did was wrong, you know, because at the end of the day, he was saying things like, well, your album ain't coming out. That's what I'm saying. Diddy did Cassie wrong, but Diddy paid Cassie. She got paid. She got what she wanted. Yo, we have never seen a civil case turn federal where the person was already paid. Never seen it before. Never seen it before. I think it's strange. Yeah, we ready to move on to Bankroll Freddie, man. Bankroll Freddie been locked up in federal custody now for probably like 3 years.
You know what you was talking about. Is it a fact? You did not know.
Probably for like 3 years. And I told y'all early on in the video that Bankroll Freddie and how they tried to pay him out was his whole family was selling drugs. Like it was the family hustle. I think I got a video called The Family Hustle, Bankroll Freddie. But he pled guilty recently, and now he's scheduled to be sentenced. But United States has requested that Bankroll Freddie receive 15 years in prison, one day before his sentencing, because he's a menace to society. He was found guilty of 6 out of 11 counts. 6 out of 11 counts. And most of those counts was all drug charges. Now, we done ran a little bit over time. I wanted to dive a little bit deeper into the Bankroll Freddie situation. Hold on. Just to get people, I got videos on it, man, so people know what it's about. 15 years for cases, in most cases involving weed. I think it's insane. Flojo, that's because we know it's bullshit, Flojo. You don't even know why this. You don't even know what this happened for. You think this is justice? This ain't no fucking justice. If this was justice, they'd have been locked them people up. Yeah, Bankroll Freddie been locked up for a while. If this was justice, they'd have been locked them people up. Alvin, what you keep talking about? No Jumper, man. You done said that shit 50 million times. What happened with No Jumper? I think 15 years too long for Bankroll Freddie. Buddha G. Who is that? Butter, what's his name? Butter. Yeah, because he beat. I think they just mad. He beat the main charges. A police officer had got shot in a Bankroll Freddie case. You talking about this right here? Which one is it? Is it this one or this one? The first one or the second one? The second one right here? Or this one? You keep saying 3 minutes and 35 seconds. I don't see no video that's 3 minutes and 35 seconds. So you're saying he told on Dirk? Who the fuck is y'all?
It's time
It's the most exciting interview I'm probably ever gonna do.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
Yeah. You should have been interviewing me. You got all these fucking other.
What the fuck is that? That's a girl? Is this the motherfucker that got into it with 600 Breezy on the plane? Hey yo, man.
How many times? Hold on, wait. I got a question for you before you get to going.
Who? What is it? Drill rapper?
I can't really hear you, but
how?
A Duck affiliate? Like you like loosely or one of the guys? This couldn't have been one of the guys.
How many times are you gonna interview Butter?
You see the video of him today?
No, baby. Poor baby just wanna.
I think he broke his wrist. They said he broke his arm.
He broke it,
and so he's just sitting there with. I don't know. I mean, I guess how would he break his wrist really? Besides
didn't he
crash?
That's what I'm saying. But maybe like honestly, if they had me sitting there with a broken wrist, that sounds pretty painful.
You ever been to jail?
No.
You ever been to Cook County jail?
No.
That's normal. That's normal.
But you in there on the vagina side? It's
it
probably all
matter. You took it to
right. Who's she telling on?
All right, you don't have a mic, so we can't have the talking on the side. Sorry.
It's the same thing.
What?
It's the same thing. You
the girls are vicious there too.
Yeah.
Really?
CEOs put you more.
Really?
Yes. Really?
So you're saying you think that you're harder than Butter?
Y'all be trying to ignore no jumper, yo. Only time I see is when I get clips on Instagram.
This is so crazy. Wait, I feel like you've been avoiding doing.
Make sure y'all support the platform. Cash that Baltimore swag, man. Support the real. Support the movie.
Got you to open up a little.
I wasn't really with all the cause low key when I was in the gang shit, we're not supposed to do them.
Right.
We're not supposed to do them. Now I'm a renegade. I can do whatever I want.
But then how come everybody in all these other gangs is doing interviews all left and right?
Is this thing on the new
yo, that's
generation?
A girl, yo. What the fuck?
King Yella does an interview every
yo,
day.
this is wild, yo.
Yeah.
That's the most gangster dude I know.
No comment. I'm sorry, but I like Scrooly G.
You do. Me too.
Yeah, I with him. I folks music.
That's embarrassing. I found out about Scrooly G because he was beefing with King Yella.
No, I've been.
And what the fuck made Adam interview this person?
Like when I went to.
I ain't never seen him before.
Views on his shit, so I should already know.
I listen to folks. He decent. I don't know. King Yella came out with a song that I listened to since like 2012.
He did this about me.
Where was she? Was she just came home or something?
Yeah. I don't know why, because I put out my first ever rap.
What the fuck is it?
A fake 15K or a fake 20K is crazy.
That's easy. You can. It's like $50.
Yeah.
That's like $50 now.
That would be sad though. No, but okay. So I did my first ever rap song.
Oh, I loved it.
Thank you. I appreciate that so much.
That was great.
But I did not diss him.
2 cops.
But then he made a.
Oh, okay.
Remo doing some other shit he couldn't be here tonight.
I'm mad. I was gonna give him his props on that song.
Oh, I appreciate that.
I mean,
props to cops.
Yeah.
No,
for sure. I guess that's what I am too. So
but I think King Yella was so mad that I didn't diss him that he decided to devote an entire song to me.
I think that these niggas are just trolling you to get paid.
What? Why is she using the N-word?
How are you gonna turn your back on your GD brother in the form of King Yella?
I mean,
look at
J-Bane.
Is there nothing sacred?
Look at J-Bane.
He dropped his flag. He's out the game.
Yeah, my man think a lot of the 63rd was just rejects. And I ain't gonna lie, yo, after looking at that person, I kind of believe him. You know how you got like the niggas in the hood and then you got the rejects? I mean, everybody know them, you know, but they ain't really part of the guys. You think that was 63rd, man? Now, I'm sure they had some members. You know, they probably had a few steppers, a few guys that was substantial. But a lot of them boys was probably on goofy time. What's up, Big Peasy? Yeah, my man always say that. I believe him. I don't think yo would have made it on O Block or 051 or No Limit or any of them other hoods. Where's she from there, Mel?
I knew a few of them. I wasn't like, oh my God, Duck's my best friend, but he's the reason I got on. I did that slide remix.
J-Mane or Duck?
He shared it. How dare you? That just, I don't know, that shit hit different.
What?
That nigga's a clown.
Which part just?
Oh, okay.
Just trying to, cause from what I heard,
how'd she get around that?
I was in the county when Duck got killed. Dirk's behind all that. That's what they say.
Listen,
and that's from the COs talking. That's not from inmates.
The COs
What the
are
fuck?
The COs were all in there. You got niggas that are Stones, COs, Latin King COs, Maniac COs, all the COs gangbang.
The primary rumor was the idea that Vaughn had put the money up to get Duck knocked off. I have never heard anybody give any kind of like valid reason to think that Dirk would have been that involved.
I don't know. It's not that big in my life to stress over, but
nobody, she just said Dirk got King Von got Duck killed. That's a if I was Dirk, I'd sue her ass. Sue her ass, cease and desist.
Tim, that he decided.
Oh, I should create a player. Got you.
To vote an entire song to me.
Overall on 63.
These niggas are just trolling you to get paid.
How are you gonna turn your back on your GD brother in the form of King Yella?
I mean,
is there nothing?
Look at
I don't
J-Mane.
know,
Is there nothing sacred?
Look at J-Mane.
You dropped this.
Now I think that might be a tattoo.
Man, I wasn't okay. Now I knew a few of them. I wasn't like, oh my god, Duck's my best friend, but he's the reason I got on. I did that slide remix.
J-Mane or Duck?
He shared it. How dare you? That just, I don't know. That shit hit different.
What?
That nigga's a clown.
Which part? Just
him just trying to, cause from what I heard through the county, cause I was in the county when Duck got killed. Dirk's behind all that. That's what they say.
Listen,
and that's from the COs talking. That's not from inmates.
The COs are in there.
The COs were all in there. You got niggas that are Stones, COs, Latin King COs, Maniac COs.
Man, I can't watch that, mother. I can't watch that shit. So basically, what Joe saying is, J-Mane supposed to be flawed for reaching out to Dirk when Dirk supposed to be behind Duck being murdered. Yeah, we don't even know if King Von was behind Duck being murdered. Don't nobody know if anybody got no money. That shit was just a rumor started by Kenny Mac. But have y'all noticed they still haven't been charged? They still haven't been sentenced yet? None of them old black guys. We need to start doing a sentence watch. Like, what's going on? What's going on with the case? You know, the whole internet told everybody it was rock solid. I was telling everybody, not so fast. That the case kind of flawed. That case probably in the appeals court. Right now. They probably trying to decipher between the legality of a lot of that shit that went down. For real. Like, that case was super flawed. Super flawed. They didn't have not one credible witness. Because the old black boys ain't tell. None of them told. They ain't have not one guy that was a shooter or one person that was a witness of the shooting that can point them out and say, I seen him there. They use Trenches News, who ain't seen, and I ain't saying all of them because some of them got caught. But they had Trenches News, who didn't even know a lot of these guys. Muab said he ain't seen Trenches News since he was 13. So ain't no way possible that he can motherfucking point me out on the stand. The video evidence was super grainy. You can't identify nobody from the video evidence. They had strong cases on the drivers. That might be the only two people that get found guilty is the drivers. Kenny Mac and DeCarlos Alford. Them other guys, especially Muab, they ain't have nothing on them. Nothing on them. Their sentencing, they got pushed back twice already from what I understand. So I wouldn't be surprised, y'all. No, they ain't get sentenced yet. Ain't nobody, what's up, fly guy? Ain't nobody been sentenced yet in old black death. They supposed to been got sentenced. They keep getting postponed. I know they all put in motions for acquittal. Every single one of them. I don't even know if they got said Dirk was on peace and justice, but Dirk was not like, she making shit up. Hey yo, what the fuck out of here? Hey yo, but I'm ready to go though, y'all. I appreciate everybody that tapped in, y'all. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. If you want to donate to the channel, Cash App Baltimore Swag. Support the movement. Every day at 11 p.m. Eastern Time. It's another day of Keep It G News. And I'm out.